to today's stream. I am going to go ahead. We're doing a live reaction. We're looking at basically JJ McCarthy versus the Alabama Crimson Tide. This is from this past season's semifinal where obviously Michigan went on to win the national championship. So we're going to take a look at how JJ McCarthy did playing against this particular team and seeing. And the reason we're looking at Alabama is because one, Alabama's going to have talent that's playing in the NFL, and this is when he's playing at his best, right? JJ McCarthy should be playing at his best. He knows the system. This is what you want to see. I know that there's other film out there, and we can take a look. I've got some other film that I can take a look at as well at some point if you would like me to. But for our purposes, we're just going to take a look right now at JJ McCarthy. So, if you're in the chat, make sure to say something because, hey, why not? And I appreciate anybody who's coming by. So let me check and make sure my video is going though. Hold on just a second. Let me do this. I like to check and make sure that my stream is going correctly, and it looks like it is. So awesome. Okay, we are live. Hold on just a second. Okay. Skip ahead here as we get ready. Always a part of the live film. You always got to be like, oh, we got about 2 minutes in and stuff. But all right. So let's go ahead right here. Let me do this. And do this. All right, guys. Let me bring up my Discord here. Okay. All right, guys. Welcome you all in. Like I said, pleased to be here with all of you. So let's go ahead and get right into it then. Let's take a look. Okay. Should be live, viewer activity, streaming health, all that stuff is good. I'm probably going to do this, and then we're going to go ahead and come back. Okay. Analytics. Okay. Sorry. Oh, sorry. We're here. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Again, this was the win by Michigan en route to their national championship. So we're going to get some good action here. I apologize. I did have it at one point. I don't know where it went. What was JJ McCarthy's stats on this? Let's take a look. All right. He was 17 of 27 in this game for 63% completion percentage, 221 yards, and 3 touchdowns, averaging 8.2 yards pass and 38 as his long. So let's take a look at it, though. Let's talk about it. Okay. This is the first play of the game, and as we all know, he doesn't throw right here, and I don't know why he doesn't throw. This is Roman Wilson, right? Right here. I believe this is Roman Wilson. Let's rewind it just slightly, and yeah, it's Roman Wilson. I don't know why he doesn't throw it there. That's one of the things that you would ask him about. Be like, hey, why didn't you throw this ball? All right. I mean, it's a good delay. His eyes are obviously looking out. It's man coverage. And you know it's man coverage because the corner, his hips are opening with the receiver right here. His eyes are locked on his receiver. This defensive back, he's looking right at Roman Wilson. So he's backpedaling and he's going to react to however Roman Wilson goes. So this is telling you it's man coverage, right? He's not shifting out or kind of drifting. He's playing him straight up. They get what they want. I just don't know why he didn't pull the trigger here. Like I said, when you're looking at this stuff, this is the kind of stuff that you would ask the quarterback, "Hey, why didn't you throw it there?" Right? So, but then the mistake that's even worse, and he's very lucky this isn't intercepted, is that I don't know. Don't compound the problem, right? You missed up, you missed the read. But I would say this is probably his biggest mistake of the game if I remember it, and I might be wrong. We'll go, Wesley. I haven't watched this film, rewatched it, but I was watching the game. I think this might have been his biggest mistake. So let's go ahead and, okay, let's watch his base and everything. Let's watch his carrying out of the fake. He's just lucky that the defensive back landed out of bounds. That's okay. And part of the problem as well is he's trying to throw that away and he's throwing it off his back foot, so it's gonna hang a lot more. That's why it hangs and all that. So let's just get through this, right? That's a bad play. We all know it. We all see it. We all know Roman Wilson should have gotten the ball there. Don't really need to harp on it, right? I'm sure he knows. Okay. How do I grade that? That's where you sit down and you ask why. But then is that something that I can correct, right? Like, hey, don't do that. If I think I can correct it, then that's where you go. Because a lot of people are surprised that he's rocketing up the draft boards. But it might be that as you watch the film, you're seeing things and you're going, hey, this kid's really good. I think I can fix it. Okay. I don't know if there's really much for me to say on this play. That's just a good play by the defense. I think you might say is, you would hope he would carry out the fake a little bit more, but he's trying to get it out as quick as he can because those blocks only can hold for so long, right? The longer it takes, the harder it is to maintain those blocks, the more you might get a whole call. So that's there's nothing to really grade there. So, okay, cool. Right? Let's move on to the next play. Let's take a look here. Let's go back. Let's go back right here. You want to talk about shoving yourself open? Oh my goodness. That's called shoving yourself into an open position, guy. That's called shoving yourself into an open position. Okay. I think because he's looking one way, he's a little slow on the other way, but this is just good coverage, in my opinion. Let's watch his eyes. Let's see what he does. Right? So it's taking a while to get through this play. His feet don't stop moving, which I really like. His feet didn't stop moving there, so he didn't get stuck in the ground with it. I'm wondering if he couldn't have come off a little bit quicker. Right? Like he sees that he's got his receiver, but he comes off of him, and I think it's just good play by Alabama. I don't know that there's really anybody open there. Again, like I said, you could. The one thing I could harp on, and I mean, this is getting really nitpicky and being like, hey, you're not, this is part of the problem. Watch, like we're gonna watch this. We're gonna 1, 2, 3. I think it's pretty good. I don't nothing to really complain about there. He puts it to the outside. That's just a good play by the defenders. Nothing really that I'm going to hold. You know, sometimes the defense makes plays. That's the hard part, right? You don't want to put it to the inside because that's where it can get picked. So he puts it to the outside, which is really where you want to kind of put it, especially on that kind of a route. Put it away from the defender. If the defender had been to the outside and you put the ball to the inside, then that would have been good too. But that's not what happened. So, you know, that's good. So here we go. We get the play action, right? Let's see here. Ride it. Okay, so here's one of the things that I would like to see, and I don't know if he sees it because um if he sees it, right? So here's one of my things. He's coming out, so he makes his play action, and then he's coming out. I would have liked him to just stop. Okay, and the reason I want him to stop is because he keeps going to the outside because JJ keeps going. Um, Alabama can just kind of rush him, and they can get into him. What I'd like is for him to gather his feet here, like stop here, and not run into it. Just stop because and maybe he doesn't even see. Maybe he doesn't see the Alabama defenders in front of him, and so he's just sitting there, going, "Oh, okay, I got my guy." But if he just stops right here and then floats it over the top, right? You got to float this. Okay, you got a guy in your face, just float it over the top. I mean, this should be completed. I know he's jumping, but you're helping close the space because he's still going forward. He starts. Okay, so here's what I mean, guys. This is what I'm saying. Notice he's coming out, and now he's going down what we call downhill. He's going down towards, so he's helping close the gap for the defender. Whereas if he comes out, goes right here, and then stops, now he can put it over the top like a little floater, and you have a better chance. That's just what I'm seeing. Now, that's easy for me to say, but that's something that I think, can I fix that? Yeah, I can fix that. I can just be like, hey, like if you don't like what your first route read is here, you don't have to keep booting outfield because watch. See, like I said, he's continuing the track. If he just stops and then floats it over the top, he can. Instead, it's a knockdown, and we'll watch it from the end zone view. Ooh, that's a nice throw. I actually like that throw right there. Right? Like, okay. I like this with the action. Let's take play action. Sidearm, get it away. So I like that. I'm not going to talk about the blocking, but look where he puts the ball as well. Right? Breland doesn't have to sit there and reach behind him. Remember, we talked about that with someone like Jaden Daniels a couple times. The last one we watched against Alabama, the ball was slightly behind. We saw that with Drake May. Here, the ball could be caught right here, and you can catch it and then turn upfield. So, things like that. Okay. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. That's good. That's good. If anybody's in the chat, you can make your comments as well. You can make your comments about anything that you see. Don't worry. We make our comments here. Okay, play action. I like the design of the this is outside zone, guys. Right? All you're doing is you're pin pulling around. You're bringing the receiver in motion. And this is a great job, right? We're going to bring them come in motion, down. it's a crack toss, except you're just doing it out of empty, and the quarterback is your runner. And it's a good job following your blockers and things like that. Now, that's something that JJ McCarthy can bring to your team, okay? Right? He can bring that to your team, things like this, and that's really actually really good. So those are things that I would put in favor of him and things like that, okay? All right, so let's go back to sideline view of this, right? We've got the play going on. Yeah, play action. Feet are still moving. You know, surprised he didn't step up in the pocket, but it allows him a chance to get out to the outside, keeping his feet looking, right? Play action. It's very interesting. You know, he pulls the ball like he's gonna run, and then he sees, oh, I got my he's he's wide open. Let me throw it over the top. That's actually really good too. Um, let's see here. Good ball, right? Way to where he's receivers only we could catch it on the sideline. I'm actually pretty impressed right here. Like I said, I thought that he played really well, and I'm seeing that on the film, right? Like I said, you could say he should have stepped up in the pocket, but I have no problem with what he's doing there. Okay, this play is just this is what a lot of NFL teams are running, right? I've done a breakdown on this play. I mean, it's just so unfair, especially if you're running man coverage, miscommunication, one little bit of miscommunication. I mean, they're not even really running a route. Look at these guys. You think they're really running a route? No. Corum is the main threat. Then that's the secondary receiver. So it's that easy. You know, it's that easy. This is a real simple throw. Watch the drop by JJ. 1, 2, 3. What I would prefer is there's no when he's throwing it here, he's throwing it and it's like he's acting like he's afraid of getting hit. There's nothing. Let's see what the end zone view looks like. But I don't like it because sometimes you can throw it errantly because you're like, oh, I'm afraid of getting hit, and I'm trying to get it out quick enough, and I might miss my throw. So let's see what happens here. Yeah, I don't know why his throwing looked that way, but it did. So it's just good. Still a good throw, good everything. Like I'm just saying, that's something that we can work on, right? Like there's things that I'm saying, but you can work on them with this thing, and so that's the point that I'm saying it. But like if you've noticed, I'm not like, oh, why is he? The only thing has been the first play of the game where he really made his mistake so far, in my opinion. Watching this, it's a really good throw. That is a really good throw. Double stick, okay? So what we've got here, guys, this is a clear out route right here, right? Double stick. And he is going to, he's going to take his drop and he is going to lead out here. And he's going to lead right where I would like it to be. I can see why, if you're a scout watching this, that you're like, hey, wow, that's a good throw, far hash. And you guys got to remember, in in college ball, the hashes are wider. The NFL hashes like here and like here. So he's throwing that further away. So if you're a scout, like you're looking at this throw, you're going, oh my God, watch. One, he's going through his reads. He's looking. One, don't like it. Out. Bam. Good ball. Notice he leads to the outside. No wasted motion for a receiver. Catch. Throw out. Oh my God. Wow. What a catch. What a catch. What a ball. This is impressive. I like this. I can see why now he's going up boards, right? Because he makes this throw. You know what? I hate the argument that people make where they're like, oh, wow. You know, they didn't have to rely on him. Well, it's not necessarily a horrible thing to have a good offensive line and being able to run the ball. So let's see here. Looks like this is an RPO stick draw combo, right? He's looking, if the backer widens with the stick, then just lead draw. So it's RPO. It's like one of the old RPOs, guys. So originally an RPO game, it was a lot of the old RPO original stuff was like stick draw, where if the backer right here widens, you know, then you give it and you run. So instead, this is just a quarterback stick draw, you know. So when I say that, I mean like you're looking, backer widens, you would hand it off to the running back. Here, this is a look, got everybody spread out, and now it's just going to be quarterback draw instead. So that's what it looks like. Like, watch this. I think he's leading the backer. Backer's opening. Okay, now I'm just going to run. It's just a good play. It's just a good play by the defensive line. They're in a kind of a bear-looking front, pinch down. So watch. Let's see what he was looking at. 32. See how 32 widens? Okay, now I'm just going to run then. That's the draw. Okay. Good decision making, right? We talk about good decision making with the ball. This is good decision making right there. Yeah, like it. Oh, that's a hell of a throw. That is a hell of a ball. Let's see here quick. One, knows what he wants to go with, doesn't hesitate, and puts it in the spot. It's a good ball. God, I'm how did that ball fit in there? Wow. Let's go back to this ball. Like, I want you guys to watch it. Right? There's only one spot, ball's in front. Yeah. Honestly, he probably could have gone to the over route behind, but I like the decision. He's assertive with it. He's throwing it. I think because the safety was in the back, that's why he didn't go for it. That's a good ball, though. Oh, can't miss that. We can't miss that. Hey, good play action, max protection. Feel like I think he probably could take another hitch step here. I feel like he's taking a big step. Again. Gotta. I like the anticipation, right? So I do like the anticipation. It's an out route right here. Ball's coming up. But this ball has got to be down. What causes his? I'm trying to look at his feet, guys. Why it's? I feel like he's a little off balance. Like he took too big of a step. Notice when he throws it, he kind of almost stumbles. I almost feel like he was like, whoa, instead of a natural step. It almost feels like he's taking a big step. That's what it looks like. I might be wrong, but we got to have this. This should be a completion, unfortunately for him. Right? I like everything about this play. It's a good play design, right? It's really only a 2-man route, by the way. If you notice, guys, it's only a 2-man route. They're all staying in. This is max protect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a 3-man route. Excuse me. 3-man route. Right? Or is it? No, it's a 2-man route. Yeah, it's the 2 receivers, right? So we got the out route. So we know we got man, right? We get the man coverage. Basically out route with curl, stop, and we miss. Would have liked to got what you wanted. Ooh, he's got the arm strength because he did put it over the top, but man. Okay. All right. So miss there. It's okay. Okay, hold on just a second. Okay. Okay, guys, sorry. Got a message and I had to respond to it. All right. So we just saw that miss. I think when you look at from the end zone view, you do kind of see that he looks like he's taking a bigger step than he needs to. All right, so let's go to this play. Boot out. Is this a bad throw? Is this a bad decision or? This isn't a good route. I don't like this route. This route just doesn't work for me. This isn't a good route by Roman Wilson, in my opinion. I shouldn't say it's not a good route. It's a good play by the defender. I just don't think he had anything. There's no one open on this play. Probably puts it in the only spot he can to kind of kill the play. Yeah, that's kind of like I got nothing there. It's going to go out of bounds, or you make the catch. It's one of those two things, and that's what that is right there. So that's a good decision by JJ McCarthy. Apologize, guys. All right. So really, I like the decision. Okay. Fake toss. I I don't I I don't know how he gets this ball in there. I'll be honest with you guys. Good job. Good job. Good job by our boy by our ref right there, the umpire. Look at the umpire duck. He's like, whoa! Fake toss. I like it. I'm kind of I'm wondering if he wouldn't have had the route coming behind. Carries out the fake. He might have had the route behind a Roman. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it is. He it's hard because he's throwing, the safety's jumping up, so that's hard to say. It's still a hell of a throw. Good decision. My goodness, a good decision. I like it. Everything. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Is what I'm just gonna say. So not much to say. There really isn't much to say right there. So let's go ahead here. This is just a wild play that it even gets completed, guys. Because this ball's bad back to him. Alabama doesn't totally get fooled. Like, notice not really chasing that much, kind of staying back. And he still gets the throw off. Good catch. I'm actually impressed by the catch. Actually impressed by the catch. So I'm gonna be kind of blunt. That's just a hell of a play, right? Like, if anything, watch where he's throwing it too. He's just throwing. It's almost like he knew he had a guy open. He had Roman Wilson open, so he's throwing it. Normally, I'd be like, "Don't throw it, just take the sack." But hey, sometimes players got to be players. So I don't even know how to grade that for someone. I'm just not even gonna worry about it. Not even gonna worry about it, guys. Such good patience here. Okay, let's watch the drop. Feet don't stop. And one of the things I've noticed is that his feet aren't necessarily, he's not drifting. I don't really see him drifting like Drake May. I can see why people are becoming really high on him. 1, 2, 3. Like, he doesn't drift that far, right? Ball was on the hash, he's still on the hash. Feet don't stop. I mean, guys. Oh my gosh. What a play. Right? Love shallow crossers. Whoop. Catch the ball, let your man go recruit that speed. You go get that speed. Let the speed run. Good ball. Good. That's a good play. That's a good play. I don't know what else to say. All right. I I don't have a lot. I like I said, I thought he played pretty well in this game, and so far, I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that. I now remember this was the first half. Alabama was shell shocked. I'd like to see the second half. Throw this away. Oh, man, if he'd been able to stand in the, I still, he might even have it still shallow on the drive. This is drive, guys. Oh no, it's not. It's shallow with a corner out and a dig behind. Problem is the problem is you got a defender standing in the middle of the field here. So he feels that pressure pretty early. That's a freaking good ball. This will tell me from the wit from the right, he's calling out, right? He's making the mic call. Line just doesn't get left tackle doesn't get the call quick enough to switch. That's unfortunate. So yeah, I don't know that the shallow would have necessarily been there. This is good by him. Yeah, this is was counted. Got a foot in. Got the foot in. He got the foot in. Like, telling you right now, that is an impressive throw on the run. And this is why I don't know if you guys noticed how he threw that ball. Watch his feet. Watch his feet hop. Watch, he's on one foot hopping, right? And so that's why it's hard, guys, because he does make plays like that. And then I remember I was saying, like, I would have preferred that he stopped and then floated it. So of course he's like, well, why should I? I can throw on the run. You know, you like to see a guy who can throw on the run as well, because it means that they can do stuff that like boots what you need. Ooh, okay. Let's take a look here. This ball's a little bit behind. Wonder if he's affected because of the guy behind hitting him. That's what I'm wondering right here. Okay. Comes across. That's what I would say is like one of his first misses. Right? It should be a first down, but it's a miss because he puts the ball behind him. Right? This should be a first down. Like, you have the first down. Easy. This is a miss, right? And I don't know that he's getting hit as he's throwing it. If he was getting hit while he was throwing it, I'd say okay. Yeah, this is just a miss. This is one of his misses. And when I say miss, it's not that he missed the quarterback, so it's an incomplete. It's caught. But notice, because his receiver has to reach behind, he's not able to keep carrying. That's what you want. You want them to catch. Now, remember, all these other throws that I've been like, oh, that's a good throw. That's a good throw. Every time it's been a catch, like they can catch it and they can keep the momentum. Here, this is why it's called a miss, right? But again, one, right? Compared to all the others, it's one time, okay. Now, is it a habit that was created in the second half that he's having this issue? And I've heard people say that sometimes he'll do that, like he'll miss behind or not allow a receiver to keep running. But so far, it's been one time in this game, so I am not. Like I said, he's still playing pretty well, freaking well. Must be a quick pass. I don't like this. I don't like this. Here's why. Number 2 is standing right there, right? Defense is on this. I guess he's just thinking my guy's bigger, he'll make the catch. But come off. Oh, wrong color. I want him to come off and flip his hips right here, right? So usually in like a stick type read, you'll go 1, 2, right? And then it's run, and because it's a quick hitch play. So you're going to take your step, don't like it, quickly snap to where the slant's coming. And then if you don't like it, get out of there. Here, defender's so close, I don't know that I love it because he's going to have to put it to the outside. I'd prefer that he quickly get his hips turned and hit the slant. That's how I would teach it. Can I correct it? Maybe. Like, if he's willing to take the coach and then correct it, yeah. Bam. Don't like it. Okay. Got a guy standing right by him. Okay. Let's. And you can tell. Man, what the hell are you doing? Man, I'm wide open, man. That's what I'm saying. You know, it's always hard, right? Receivers will be like, I was open. And it's like, yeah, well, you're not part of the read, right? This is also part of the problem, guys, when you have people who evaluate quarterbacks. I'm going to give you a little secret. I'm going to give you a little secret when it comes to it. We don't know what he's been told. So this is another part of the problem, right? And I might pull up a clip of him against Purdue. I know that Kurt Warner did it, and I might pull up some of the film from Kurt Warner and talk about it because Kurt Warner's like, I don't know why I threw it there, but this is part of the problem, guys. Right? I say usually, right? This is why I said usually. If you're running stick right here, right, you have the backside slant. So if you don't like it, then you go with the backside slant real quick because, with the eyes, you've manipulated the linebacking core. Some coaches don't teach that. Some coaches might not teach that. So to me, this might be a miss. I might be like, this is a miss. I would have liked him to do this. And he's like, well, I wasn't told never to do that. Oh, okay. Well, that's a difference. So again, this is why these NFL teams want to talk to these guys because it's a finding out, okay, well, what are you supposed to be doing on this play? What is the read, right? This is why was one of the problems with the draft gurus who like to do all this stuff. Have you talked to the kid and gone through it? Do you know exactly what he's supposed to be doing on this play? No, then what we don't know, right? And it's not knocking, especially the former pro QBs who are doing the film either, but it's still part of the problem. Like, you guys got to sit down and talk to these guys and find out because there's like 90 billion ways to skin a cat in football to run an offense. That is a fastball. That is a freaking fastball. Woo! Woo! Speed. Oh. Don't know that he needs to throw it that hard. Right? This is not a good third quarter for JJ McCarthy. He started out with that great throw, and now he's missed on not letting his receiver keep running. And then he's missed, I think, the backside slant. I think he needed to come off. And now here, he's just rifling this ball in. It's like, woo! You're so close, you don't need to rifle this ball in. I know it's a young buck. It's a young guy, but there's no need to rifle the ball in right there. Got exactly what you want. Just put it on him, right? You don't have to throw it in there. It's a step, got it, boom. Just let him have it. Step, throw, boom. Let him go. Just let him catch it. Now, that ball should be caught, but again, you can help out with the catching of the ball if you do that, guys. So you're aware. That's how you do it. Okay? So let's go. Keep going. Play action. Ooh. This is a run act. This is what's known as a run action, guys. Again, you've only got really two eligible receivers with the back. Back is the check down. 18, the tight end, Breland's going to come open. But the problem is McCarthy's getting hit as he's making this throw. So I can't really ground grade him for this, right? How's his fake carry out? I would have liked him to kind of pull, really kind of dip the head a little bit. That's a personal preference. That's nothing to grade him down on, right? Or to be like, this is a major issue. Okay, but this is basically what is known as kind of as a run action, guys. With the play action, technically, it's a max protect, pass play action, basically. I really shouldn't call it run action. Run action is a little bit more. They're selling a lot better the run. This is just a play action. But when I was at Snow, we ran plays like this, right? Where we only had like two receivers going, tight ends are staying in to help protect, backs are staying in to help protect. And then the running back who carries the ball is the one that's leaking out as the check down, but you only have two eligible receivers running. Here they're using Breland as kind of the out route, and they have it. It's just the pressure gets there before McCarthy can get rid of it. All right. That's a big ask of your. Is the fullback picking up a backer or a defensive end here? Okay. Not in love with this. I honestly, I don't know why. Why? Why anybody is kicking out to this guy? He's a linebacker. We want big, on big, on big, big, on big, big. Problem here is you got defensive end on our basically equivalent of a running back. Yeah. Whole line can slide. And then, I mean, rather have this guy right here over here blocking than I'd rather have him helping over here. Ooh. I'd like to talk. I'd ask Harbaugh and Sharon more about this blocking scheme, right? Nothing wrong with their shifting right, but the problem is I don't want 44 blocking this defense while blocking a defensive end because that's the guy who makes the play, right? I'd rather have him blocking a back, and you have exactly what you want. Like if JJ can step into this throw, this is a catch by Breland, and it's a big gain. But oh well. Dropped ball. Let's take a look. See if there's anything that should be coming. 1, 2, 3. Hitch. Feels pressure. Okay, escapes to his right. I'm not a big fan of the on the 1 foot hopping throw. That's if I'm a coach, I'm gonna try and get that out of him. I don't love that. I don't love he's drifting back and throwing off of 1 foot. That's not something I'm a big fan of. Not a big fan of that. Right? 1, 2, 3 drifting. Ooh. I just don't love it because you don't really have as much control as you like to think you do, right? You're playing in a game, you don't have much control. You're basically hopping on 1 foot, throwing it. Just not a fan of it. You think you have more control than what you really do. This ball, this ball has no chance anyway. They have no chance of doing it, but of getting there, but getting the first down. But yeah, I don't love it because I fear that the ball will float. Does that make sense? I don't want the ball to float. I know you get away with it, but I'd prefer not that you're not on 1 foot hopping. Again, just me, but that's the way it is. That's I'm not gonna. This is a long throw. Right? Far hash all the way out to the sideline. Wilson does have to turn back inside like that. Remember, I've been very complimentary of catching it like this and then turning upfield. But I'm not going to grade him down on this. I mean, this is a tough, long throw. Pro players even sometimes will struggle with this, and their throws are actually shorter than the college game is. I think this is a fine throw, good decision, quick read. I don't understand why nobody's rotating. There's a miscommunication here. Somebody does not go with Wilson. It's just open. Good play for Roman Wilson. Right? Let's watch his footwork. Catch, 1 step. I like this. I like standing in the pocket. He knows he's got a guy in his face. Still delivers a catchable ball. It's a good play. It's a good play. His third quarter was not great for him, but that, again, the rest of the game is looking really good. I would have liked him to kind of lead his receiver a little bit more right here. Right? Got the bubble. Does the receiver need to jump? I don't know. Right? I'm also not loving that Breland is Who's the most immediate threat here on this play? 3v3, right? Two's going to shoot because he's the man over. Would have liked Breland to notice that, kind of come down and stop that so that the defense can't come up and make tackle, but oh well. See, I don't know if the receiver needs to jump, though. If he is because of your throw, that's something to work on, right? We got to work on that if we're a coaching staff, right? He's put a little zip on it. Let's watch from the end zone view again. Right? We get the catch, boom. Doesn't really care out the fake, but that's okay. Again, we got the blocks going out there. We want to get that ball out as quick as possible. It's just the action, just to slow down the defensive end. Oh, this play. This was lucky for Alabama at this point because, man, they had what they wanted. That's just a good decision. Just fall on the ball. Don't try to pick it up. Don't try to do something. I like the decision right there. Okay. Sometimes the smart play is what he just did. You live with it. You move on. Go to the next play. That's what you want from a quarterback, especially at the NFL level. Is sometimes some of the player. How do I put this? Some players become enthralled with their playmaking ability that they sometimes forget, and they can actually make things worse for them and for their team, especially in the NFL as they come out of college. So this is to my opinion, a good decision that is being made right there. Okay. I'm happy with the decision right there. The arm throw, everything. That's good to me. Right? Just get out. Get over the top. Good. I'm going to move on. I'm not even going to worry about that play. That is a we're going to live with it play right there. Now see, oh my God. Now see, remember from earlier in the game where I said stop and throw it? This is what I mean. Now, who's he throwing this to? I don't know if he's throwing it to Breland. But this is what I mean. Stop. Now you're giving yourself a bit of a window. Let's watch the end zone view. But that's what I meant. Right? Like, this is what I like. What I like here is the stop. Right? Don't run into this guy. He's running with you. Don't keep carrying out. Stop. That ball he's gonna. Okay. The ball kind of ball's got to be a little bit more. This is more of like on this ball right here that he's throwing. Watch what he's throwing it, guys. Watch when he's throwing it. The reason the defenders can get their hands on it is, and even Breland gets his hand on it, is it's just a dart. So a little bit touch there. That's what I mean. Stop, touch. A little bit float over the top. I think he still could have gotten it to his man. Okay, so this is the 4th down play. It's the same play as the touchdown, guys. Just that the back's on the same side now, and he's not going through the line and out. It's the same play. Look, all the mesh. No one's really running a route except for Corum. That's a dumb play by Roman Wilson. I'm going to tell you right there. Roman Wilson is very lucky that they did win this game, that this is the drive that goes for a touchdown. Because, I mean, why are you doing that? Why? His back is to you. What is the point there? Right? Like, I love that he wants to run block and block. He's willing to block and do those sorts of things, but that is a dumb penalty. That's what you would call a dumb penalty. And that's part of the problem, right? Like, don't do that. right? I mean, this is about as blatant as you're going to get. There's no way that's not getting called. I mean, that's going to get called every single time. Okay. I was watch the end zone view of this before I say anything. Now, again, these guys that are leaving college have to understand when to go down or go out of bounds. How is that? There had to be a flag thrown. There was no flag thrown there. I can't remember. No, there wasn't. Oh my god. How? He is. They're calling a flop on JJ. Okay. That's a heck of a catch. That's a ball gets tipped though. That's why. Again, this is one of the things that I think he's going to have to work on for the NFL when I'm looking at it. There's a few times now where it's like the touch. He's throwing this ball so hard, but the touch is where I would say, hmm, you know, put a little air under it. You know, this should, this ball is going downfield. But it's getting tipped because it's kind of like a rocket coming out of his hand sometimes, right? I mean, where's Roman Wilson when he's catching this? How many yards downfield? They're at the 34. So this is a 14, 15-yard pass, and he is throwing it on a rope, and it's getting knocked up. And it almost comes out, right? And so in the second half, he's still playing pretty good. But there's this is the thing I think I'm seeing that I think some people have made comments on that I've seen online, and some people are not that sold on him. There's a lot of people that are. I would say one of the problems for him is really the finesse of the ball, right? Not everything has to be hard over the middle. Hey, this receiver's 5 yards from you. You don't have to throw it and drill it through his chest. Just put it on him, right? The ball will get there fast enough. I'm not saying like, but I'm saying if you just throw it like this, if you just go out and throw it like this, it's going to get there fast enough. It's not going to be that way if you're just like, right? Same point here. You've got Roman Wilson coming open. Put a little touch under the ball, right? Put a little touch under the ball. You don't have to rifle it. And he's rifling it, it feels like, right there. And there's been two of those pass plays here in the second half, especially the fourth quarter, where it feels like if he just puts a little touch under it, he's got something there. So that's something that I would recommend he be working on heading into the NFL is, hey, we got to get the ball over the front line sometimes. The little touch passes do count. So great play by Roman Wilson, and then you reward him with the touchdown, easy peasy. I mean, this is like everybody's running it. Everybody's running it. Boom, easy. Okay, so that is JJ McCarthy versus Alabama. So here's what I thought. What I thought. Remember, I said early on, I thought he played pretty well for this game. I still stand by it. I think he played a hell of a game. I think he played a good game. Obviously, the first play can't happen. Can't have that, right? You cannot just be, for whatever reason. That's when he floated it, by the way. He floated it, and it almost got picked like he was trying to put it over a backer that's way back, defender that's way back there, not one that's by him. So you can't have that. That's the one. But the rest of the first half, I thought was actually really good football by JJ. Really impressed. Decision making. One thing that I would work on with him, which we saw earlier, which we saw later, is him stopping and then, trying to throw the ball. Those are things that can be worked on. Okay. Those are things that I think can be worked on. And if I'm a coach and I'm a GM, I'm thinking, I can fix some of this stuff, right? I like that his feet, he doesn't drift when he's dropping back. He is still moving his feet when he's doing it. He has a good pocket feel, right? Would I like him to step up a couple times? Probably. Probably. And see, here's the hard part, guys, is I may have things that I like that others don't. Okay? And for me, it might be like, this is something I can't work with. And others, it might be like, I can work with it. So that's what you've got to do if you're a team, is evaluate that. One thing I think he does need to work on, and we'll watch some more film and see if it really plays out. But based on this game, and remember, this is at the end of basically his third season. Okay, so this is why I'm saying things to work on. Because if you're doing it in your third season still, something to really work on. And I would love it. I'd love to see the correction coming of just a little bit of air. Okay. We saw that with that catch to that Roman Wilson made, having to go way up. That got him down there for the score that basically tied the game up. Where is it at? Right down, right here, this play, right here, right? This is the play. Right, 20-13. Yeah, this is the play right here. All right. We'll run it again just so you guys can see. Like that. That catch is really great. But it's because he's trying to rifle it, and there's a defender that's near him who can jump up and knock it. But if he puts just way he throws it just a little bit over the top and still got that velocity to drop in, your receiver doesn't have to go up and make a spectacular play for you. And that's where I think he needs to work on. That's where I think he needs to work on. We'll watch some more film of him. We'll do another stream. I might try to get some of the other guys that are coaches that are joining in, see if they can join, and maybe they can remotely be a part of something like this as well the next time we do it. But overall, I can see why he's going up draft boards just off of this one game. He's got the athletic ability. He's playing in a system that maybe to them feels pretty similar. He's got some pro style concepts. He's playing in, a system from under center, but he's also playing in a system, pistol, shotgun. I don't put a lot of stock into the fact, people like to be like, what, why weren't teams relying? Why wasn't Michigan relying on him? If you got a good offensive line, I'm going to use the offensive line. Throw more, right? Like, hey, we can't block for our quarterback. So why are you going to punish the quarterback in your evaluations, guys? Right? We had the one play where Breland was coming open, and I just didn't like the blocking scheme because if the blocking scheme was correct, boom, you could throw it over the top right into the spot that you needed to. So overall, I'm actually pretty impressed. I'd like to see another JJ McCarthy film. I've seen 2 now of Caleb. I've seen 2 of Jaden. Probably need to see another one of Drake. 2 films usually starts to give you a good idea of some things that you would like to see. I might do one more of Caleb, one more of Jaden, JJ, and Drake, because these are the big ones that are being talked about. I know Bo Nix and Michael Penix are in there. I would like to see a Michael Penix film because I've heard something that maybe we should look at while watching the film. But to me, I know why JJ's shooting up charts. He does do a pretty good job. The third quarter of this game was probably his worst. But only missed 99%. Hey, no worries, SJ Line coach. Yeah. I'm actually kind of impressed, SJ Line coach, with the way he played. I thought he played this game pretty good in this game, and I was correct. The third quarter was his worst quarter of the game. So. And I can go back and I can show you it. We can go back and I can show you. Where's it at? Yeah, this was his worst part. This was his worst quarter, guys. I mean, this ball, though, this is a beautiful play. This is a beautiful pass play. Just going to say it. I'm going to run it again because I just love it. Oh. I mean, that's what you want on the run, everything, right? So let's go. Oh, here we go. Third quarter, right? I'll be honest. If you got a good offensive line, sometimes just run the ball, right? We saw that with Penn State. Penn State had troubles blocking. I mean, we can watch that film, all 9 passes that he threw, and you can see how he was under pressure a lot. Like, I actually like this throw. The underneath route that's coming open, I guess you could throw it, but there's a defender who would just like rock his ass. That's a good ball, though. I mean, it's the only spot he can put it. This is his like one. I'm gonna be honest. This is like his one better play of the third quarter. Yeah, it's hard. I know people want to. I mean, I don't know how he got his foot in, but it was either his guy catch or no one catch it there. But like right here, I don't think this is a good read if I remember. Yeah. This is a miss. This is why. So this is a miss to me. I mentioned it, echelon coach. The reason it's a miss is because he doesn't lead his receiver. This needs to be caught so a receiver thrown to where a receiver can continue on the run. This is like his only one that was really bad like that where it was caught. If I remember correctly now I got to go back through. But you know, that's a miss. That's they end up being short. They punt the ball there, guys. You know, that's a miss. You call that a miss. This is all third quarter, by the way, guys. This is all third quarter. Would have liked him to come, like I said, I would have liked him to come off the stick because I don't think the stick is really there. And the slant is, right? Come off stick, quick, boom, look to your slant or run. Would have liked him to do that on this play. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. This is all third quarter. Again, third quarter was probably not his worst of the quarters in this game. I mean, and again, we don't know if that's what he's being taught. If he was my quarterback, he'd be getting taught that. If you don't, if the guy's sitting on the stick, look backside slant or run. That's just me, though. And then this ball. I mean, that's a heater, baby. And I remember I said that. I said that's one of the things I'd like to see him working on is he doesn't need to throw heaters at a guy who's like 5 yards from him. I mean, this ball is low. And people go, well, he needs to be caught. Yes. Yes, you are correct. The ball should have been caught. But you, as a quarterback, can also help out your receivers with the catch, right? I mean, look at this ball just coming off his hands. It's down. It's going down. It's fast. You know, your receivers won that. You don't have to rifle that ball like he's surrounded by 5 dudes. Just put it on him, and he'll continue running at the first down. This one's, Coach, watch the blocking on this SJ line, Coach. I wish Tyler was in here for it as well. I do not like the blocking scheme on this because they have the route by Breland coming open. I hope I'm saying his name right. Number 18, the tight end. Someone's going to come in here. You're saying his name wrong. Well, I'm sorry. My bad. I don't know why the fullback is blocking a defensive end. And your offensive lineman's not blocking him, and they're switching and blocking that way, but whatever. Whatever. That's just me. Because who's the guy who makes the hit before the ball can get out? The defensive end. So, all right. But yeah, so again, I thought JJ McCarthy actually played pretty good in this game. Besides, like I said, this play unacceptable. Yeah, SJ line coach and SJ line coaches offensive line. I've worked with offensive line and running backs. I've coached them. If you can go big on big, that's what you would like to do. And so that's why I was like, why are they? That's a weird way of doing it. And that's why I said that, because, yeah. Like I said, this is probably his worst play from the game, and it almost cost his team. He's pretty lucky. And see, guys, okay, remember I said I didn't like him hopping on one foot. This is why. Watch this hop at the end. He's throwing this on the run. Notice he's doing it with one hand. He's floating backwards. Again, if I'm a coach, can I correct it? Yes, I can correct it. Okay, then we'll correct it. That's what I'm looking at as well. But this, I think, was his worst play of the entire game, if I'm going to be bluntly honest. Right? Yes, he got it out before at the beginning of the game, right? But overall, I'd probably say it was a good game for him. There were some times he dove on a bad throwback on the flea flicker, right? Good decision. Didn't try to pick it up and then throw the ball. He just said falling on it, right? And the decision making was not bad. Like I said, just not everything has to be a rifled ball, right? Put a little touch on it, a little love, right? Let it go over the top. It can still have that velocity, but it can just go over the top into the hands of the receiver. And that's all I'm saying. So I'd like to see that. I can see why he's going up draft boards just based on this. What I would like to see going forward is another film of his. And we'll take a look at it. Everybody's been looking at his Purdue film because that's where he threw for over 300 yards. But I'm going to look at something else because I like looking at the other things. Remember, we've looked at two of Caleb Williams' worst games from the 2023 season because I like to see what was it that made it the worst game. Was it just this or this? So we've watched two of Jaden Daniels. We have to watch another Drake May. We'll probably watch these four. Maybe we'll watch some receivers as well. But yeah, that's it for me. Okay. SJ line coach. This will be available for the night, and then I'm going to turn it off. But guys, I appreciate everybody who has come through tonight. Be safe out there. All right. I appreciate everybody being here. We're going to go ahead and end the stream there. I'm going to switch this over to my screen that gives the credits to all the guys that are booster members and above. If you wish to have your name in a video just like this, make sure to become a booster member or above, and you get stuff like this. SJ line coach, let me know your thoughts if you get a chance to watch some of it back. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. You know what? I'm going to try and do one tomorrow. I think I'm going to try and do Drake May tomorrow. I think I need to do Drake May. Maybe do it a little bit later in the evening, but I'm feeling like maybe a Drake May video. So we'll see you later, though, guys. Have a good one. I want to give a shout out to all of our booster members that are supporting the channel. If you wish to have your name in a video just like this, please make sure to join at the link down below at the booster member or above. On the next screen, there will be another recommended video. It will be a breakdown video, most likely. Check it out. See what you think of it. Some of them might be commentary, but most of my videos are breakdowns. We'll see you later, though, and have a good one. Good one, everyone. We'll see you Well, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.